Hey everybody, Black Ninja 797 here, and welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are once again going to be playing more Left 4 Dead 2. In today's video, we're going to be doing something that was requested by a sub, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at all the different versions of all the Left 4 Dead 2 guns that were added in with the Last Stand update, because there's been some subtle differences that you may or may not have known about the new Left 4 Dead update, and one of them being is that they have new variants of not only the new guns, but also the old guns now in Left 4 Dead 2. You may have had it where if you've been playing, your AK or your Desert Eagle or your Crowbar might look different, and that's intentional. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking a look at it and seeing all the differences here. So what I'm going to be showing you guys is actually a really cool way you can end up checking this out for yourself. If you go to your single player maps on the Steam Workshop and you go to campaigns, you can install this, which is called the White Taker's Weapon Range by DanFS0. And so if you want to install this mod, you can actually get access to not only all the old guns, but he specifically made so that way you can have access to the new guns. He even clarifies this. So it's just one area. It doesn't have any zombies whatsoever. Difficulty honestly does not matter. And if you end up playing, you end up just being able to use everything possible that has been added into this new update, which is really, really cool, because I saw a YouTube video about this and I wanted to look this up. But the way that the one guy did it, he was talking about using like the command console, and I'm not too familiar with that yet, so I just wanted to hope that somebody made them, like a map, and it looks like they did. So yeah, this is essentially just the Dead Center gun shop, but it's just slightly modified. And the coolness is it allows me to check out even some guns I didn't see, which I will clarify later in the video, because there is one that I did not get to use yet. I've used all of them besides one. So you may be thinking to yourself, just being like, okay, so what is basically new? Well, I can show you not only the old guns, but I can also show you the new guns. In fact, I'll even show you the new guns just all together, just because there is some new guns that were added in this update that are brand new. They were in the game, like, files, but they weren't released until this update. I've talked to the devs, and essentially what happened was that these were in the game as just leftover game files, and now they were just brought into the full game. They were always there, but they're not new. So I will show you some of these new guns. So I just have to find them, just because I've only loaded up this map once. So let's see if I can try to find some of the new guns, shall we? Alright, here we go. So this is one. So one of the new guns in the game is now the MP5. It has 50 rounds, and it actually is pretty damn good. I've used it before. Unfortunately, it does not spawn too often from what I've been able to see, but it's actually a really solid gun, and it's definitely one of the higher performing SMGs out of the bunch. It's not really exactly the strongest of the bunch. I would probably say still the strongest SMG is probably going to be the Suppressed. I would say that the Suppressed is honestly just the best, just because it has almost identical stats. If you take a look, it also has 50 rounds, and it shoots much, much faster. I just overall like this gun better. But if you want to use one of the new guns and mix things up, you can check out the MP5. The MP5 is just like a really, really good gun. It has, you know, like I said, 50 rounds as well. The reload speed is honestly not too terrible. Its accuracy is okay. And it's one of my favorite of the new guns, just because I like running around with automatics. Alright, so now we go over to the wall rack here. The next one is going to be the assault rifles here. Now, I don't know exactly what this gun is, but I'm just going to refer to it as the Galil, because it looks like a Galil. If you look up the Galil in real life, there is variants of the Galil that can look like this if you put like certain attachments on it. So I'm just going to call it the Galil. You know, guns go under different names all the time. Some people call it the official name, or some people just call it its like, you know, its nickname. So I'm just going to call it the Galil. Hope you understand, because I know there's some gun experts. But anyway, so yeah, this also does indeed have 50 rounds. It's one of the assault rifles. And this thing shoots extremely fast. It's probably one of, if not the best guns in Left 4 Dead now, because of the high ammo, the high fire rate, and everything. And the cool thing is that, I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can actually use the scope. It doesn't actually function as a scope, it's just tight hip fire. But it works. And you don't have to worry about the scope zooming out. If you push in your button to activate your scope, whatever that may be for you, whatever your keybind is, I'm not holding down the button, it just stays this way. So this is the only gun, as far as I'm aware, other than the sniper rifles, that you can consistently just aim down sights like this. And this is perfect, because if you have any, like, zombies around you, and you want to get, like, a much more accurate shot, you can just go boop, 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 and you don't have to worry about your peripherals being blinded with, like, let's say, a sniper rifle scope, where we get into these newer guns right over here, which I'll show you. There's 2 brand new snipers, and this one in particular, this one hunting rifle is the only gun up until right now that I have not been able to find in the campaigns. I don't know whether or not it's surely random. I know sometimes the spawns are on purpose now on certain maps, but I have not found this particular gun for the life of me. I didn't even know which ones existed or not. So I was thinking to myself, just being like, okay, well, what's different about this gun? So if we take a look, it has 15 shots. Honestly, it's not that bad for a sniper rifle. It shoots decently fast. It's not the most strongest of the sniper rifles. I still think that the semi-automatic sniper rifle is the way to go. Its scope, just a normal scope. It's nothing really too crazy. Reload speed, it's just okay. And then we get over to this sniper rifle, which this was the one that I found in my Let's Play when I was playing Last Stand for the first time. This is actually, I know for sure, a sniper rifle from CSGO, because the little times I played CSGO, even though I don't play it that much, I recognize this. And this has 20 rounds. Now, it is a bolt, so you do have to prime it every time you shoot, but you can kind of left-click spam. It's honestly not that bad. I mean, it is a little bit stronger, and it is a little bit slower in turn than the other ones. This one's more fast and weaker. This one is louder, stronger, and just slower. Overall, I would say that these two, even though they are different guns, they're basically the exact same. You're just picking slightly stronger, slightly faster over the two. I really don't care. They're actually just both completely fine to me. It is what it is. Alright,
we should probably check this
so let me see if I can find some new guns also as well for you, because this map is huge. You're going to see me open up the doors, and we're going to be like walking around. There's quite a bit of stuff. I mean, take a look at the gun range. Look how cool this is. You can actually like fire down range and everything. Alrighty, guys, so just give me a hot second. Just one moment, please, because I do have to find everything. I know I could have preemptively just like looked around, which I did, but unfortunately I didn't memorize it very too well. And there's only a certain amount of doors. I mean, like, how hard can it be to find everything? Unless that is, honestly, this is the melee weapon room, so... Alright, let's go up the stairs. Because I know for sure there is other guns that are left. Otherwise, that may be it. Because I know that there's no new pistols. Those are just reskins. I think it's just melee weapons and primaries. Let's see. Nothing up here.
This is a big gun.
Yep, and then we go over here, and I believe that this is just a dead end, yeah. And then we go down here, and that's the melee weapon room. This is the gun range. Alright, and then this is where they have Bill. Another gun room. And then we got the main room. Okay. So yeah, basically you end up having 2 new sniper rifles, 1 SMG,
right
1 assault rifle, and then just a crap ton of melee weapons. Unless I'm missing something, or unless the modder is missing something. Because I swear to God, I think in the back of my mind I'm missing something somewhere, so who knows, maybe we'll find that more throughout the video. But now let's go over to the melee weapons, because there obviously is new melee weapons that you guys would want to see. So, one of the new melee weapons, actually, is just going to be a simple combat knife. This is probably one of my favorite things in the whole entire game, because I like knives. I mean, I have a mini knife collection, believe it or not. And I like the idea of, like, CSGO knife flicking, like when people do this repeatedly. I don't know why, it's just super satisfying to me. I think it's satisfying to everybody. That's why a lot of people do it. It comes from the why wine thing on COD. But yeah, this is actually a really solid weapon, because the cool news is that it has just as much range and effectiveness as any other melee weapon in the game. They're absolutely identical. It's one of the ones that it's just fun to use just because it is. It's kind of like having the guitar, or maybe having like the samurai sword. It's just a really, really cool melee weapon. I really like this a lot. Then obviously we have the shovel, and we do have the pitchfork, and these were revealed in the trailer. So now we gotta get into gun skins. So let's go back into the gun range, and let's talk about gun skins. So if we were to take up something like, let's say, the AK, some guns are more detailed than others, such as the AK. Let's take a look. So this on the bottom here is going to be your classic, normal, good old AK-47. Obviously, there's nothing different about it. It literally has the exact same ammo. Keep in mind that all these are just cosmetic. They are not statistically stronger than the other one. It's just a normal AK. And then we even get to like some subtle differences like this. So this is the next AK. All this one is just a cleaner AK. It doesn't have any difference other than the fact that it just looks shinier.
Guns right here.
If you take a look at it, like when I reload, you can see from the side it has like less stains. It's intentionally just a clean AK. It just looks nicer. It's more polished. It's more pristine or precise. Then we get onto this AK. This one, I believe, is a color variant or just slightly more clean. I can't tell, but it's like, if you look at it, it's like a slight gray. It's not very detailed, it's just a slight gray. Then this one's going to be the most obvious. This is the green and black AK. This one I noticed immediately. So the AK, as we know, is brown with black. This one's green with black. This is like a military-looking AK-47. And I honestly like this look a lot. I think that this is actually probably like one of my favorite gun skins that they offered. It just looks clean, it looks nice, and it's most cosmetically different. Because a lot of these guns, I'll be honest, the differences are subtle, but the AK, which is funnily enough my favorite gun, has the most variants, it seems like. Alright, now we go on to the M16. Classic good old M16, nothing different. Then we go over to this M16. This one's a little bit easier to see. The AK, it was harder to notice kind of like the clear chrome looking one over here. I'll call this chrome. Like, there's a more detailed colors with the M16. When you pick up this one, you're going to know that it's a clear chrome M16. Because the base is very, very clear and the tips are just precise black. This one's a lot more obvious than the AK was. Then we get into this one. This one is a little bit different because if you take a look on the wall, the magazine has a red stripe, and this one is a little bit dirty. It's intentionally more rustic and dirty and gory looking on purpose. They're not really that much of a difference. Like, there's some mud stains and sweat and blood in the red stripe. It's kind of subtle, but it is kind of cool. Then we go over to the Scar H. Classic good old Scar H. I mean, there's nothing different about it, really, that you can see from the naked eye. Then we go over to this Scar H. This one's just a more cleaner looking one. A lot of the differences are just going to be whether or not it's clean or dirty. Unfortunately, not too many of them are like the AK where they get full-on colors. But at least I appreciate the effort that they did put in. It does mix things up. And then we get over to this Scar H. This Scar H is a little bit more dirty, a little bit more like worn down. This kind of looks like a used one.
Going with the rifle.
And then this one is just, once again, another used looking Scar H. It's nothing really too different. Alright, then we move over to the model shotgun, one of my favorite guns alongside the AK. Just a normal classic good old shotgun. That one looks a little bit cleaner to me, I would say. Sometimes it's hard to tell. This one is a little bit more obvious with it. So with this version of the model, this one's dirty as hell. This one's got mud, this one's got grime. I honestly think there's a little bit of dried blood stains. This one you can easily tell is a different variant just because of how nasty looking it is. It's supposed to be like zombie apocalypse-esque.
Going with the shotgun.
It's meant to be that way, to be like for the game. Although I don't really like the dirty versions. Then we go over to the Spaz 12. The Spaz 12, it's just a Spaz. Then we got the clean Spaz 12. And then, for some reason, you actually can't pick up different variants unless you pick up another gun. I guess the Spaz only just has clean versions. There's no dirty Spaz from what I can see. Interesting. Okay, now we get over to the original hunting rifle. This one's also very noticeable when you pick up the differences. So this is actually one of the new ones. This one actually has a chrome color to it. You can especially see this when I reload the thing. Instead of it being black and brown, it's chrome and brown, which looks a lot more clean. This is probably one of my favorite variants just because of how nice and shiny it looks, that platinum look. Unfortunately, something like something on console can't really render this that well, but luckily since the update is on PC, it looks really nice because I have my settings also turned up all the way.
Grabbing this here sniper rifle.
This one's a lot more clean. This is just the chrome version in its clean state. That was the chrome version just as it is. It's just really cool to see the subtle differences like that.
I got just like that.
Let's take a look at it for all it's worth. Then we move over to the semi-auto. Semi-auto, it just looks cleaner. Nothing really too fancy. This one is just the original one. It's nothing too fancy. One of the ways you can tell you have a different variant is if you can rotate between them.
Guns right here.
So that's going to be that. Now let's move over to the new guns. Because even the new guns, they also do have variants. So we've got the Galil.
Taking the rifle.
Just notice all the different variants of the colors. Like I said, they're subtle, so. And then, I don't know what this gun would honestly even be. I don't even know what, like, the real-life equivalent of this one would be, so you guys can clarify that for me if you wish. Alright, so now we go over to the MP5s.
Take it.
Some of them don't have variants that are really that detailed. But now we're going to get some more to the detailed ones again. So now we're going to be moving on over to the pistols. The pistols, as far as I know, are the only ones that did not get variant changes. Like, I'm talking about the base pistol, by the way. Don't worry, the Magnum has variants. But I can't really notice anything with the default pistols. Alright, now we got the Mini Uzi. This one is a dirty Uzi. It's a lot more stained, a lot more ugly looking. I don't really like the ugly versions of the guns. I like the cleaner ones, such as this version. I respect guns. I like them polished. I like them looking nice. So the dirty one is cool for, I guess, if you want to, like, immerse yourself. But I'd rather have it look clean. Then we've got the suppressed SMG. Subtly, it's getting a lot more dirtier as time goes on. Alright, then we've got the original pump shotgun. It's funny, you may or may not know some of these, but take a look at this. So, the pump shotgun is like the AK in this instance, where it did get one skin that looks a lot different. You may or not notice that when I was cycling through. So here we've got normal pump, but a little bit cleaner. Then we just got the normal pump. Then this one's kind of cool. This is a hybrid between the original pump and then the chrome pump. It even has the sound and the look of the chrome pump. It's the chrome pump, essentially, with wood. Like, you can see that the pump is wood, but the base is chrome. And it's even in the original pump shotgun category compared to the chrome shotgun, which I thought was kind of funny. Now we go over to the chrome shotgun. The chrome shotgun has a variant of the gun that looks like the pump shotgun. It's kind of cool. These two actually have differences where they're the opposites. And I really do like the chrome shotgun that looks like the pump, because having it just be gray and black like this and still have the stat difference of the original pump, it's essentially got a stronger but better looking version of a shotgun. I like this variant a lot. I think that that's kind of cool and subtle. I like how they're opposite of each other. And then we just got the normal chromes. Then the magnums. This one's also a little bit more different. Alright, so now this is the Magnum. Good old classic Magnum. Well, this one, albeit, is a little bit dirtier. You can see it on the barrel. It's a little bit more stains. Then we move over to this one. If it can let me switch. I don't know if it's going to actually let me switch. Let me pick up the pistol. There we go. Alright, so this one is the more detailed one. It's very subtle, but if you look at the handle, there's a lot more of a texture to it. It's kind of like a more grippy handle. Very subtle, but you can see it's even got like a logo. I don't know if that's supposed to be like a gun logo. Probably is, but I would have to probably freeze frame it from as far as I'm aware. Alright, so now let's pick up the pistols yet again, if I can find one. There we go. Oh, that's a Uzi. Alright, now we move over to this version of the Magnum. Just pretty much the basic Magnum. And then we got this one, if it'll let me pick it up. let's do that, why don't we? This one is kind of cool, because this is actually a wooden finish Magnum. So if we take a look at this, obviously this one is going to be, you're going to tell right away this is different. The handle is wood, a lot more old school cowboy look. This kind of looks like something that a sheriff would have if he was trying to pull out the big guns, like literally. I mean, it's a good old classic, rusty, but very reliable cowboy Magnum. I really do like that a lot. I think that's very fun. I think they're very cool.
I guess it'll do. Yeah, whatever. It's a machine gun.
So now the melee weapons. We showed off the new melee weapons. Let's take a look at the variants, shall we? So we take a look at the variants. We've got the axe. Nothing really too different with the axe. Is it going to let me pick up my pistol, by the way, again? I hope it would. No, it won't, so I'm just going to have to switch between weapons. Alright, and then we've got the frying pan. You can see there's some slight differences between these two. The frying pan is a little bit harder, but the axe, you can see, has got more stains. Like, the red paint is actually starting to wear off.
Weapons.
Then we've got the golf club. Golf club is a lot cleaner. You have, like, some shinier ones. And apparently I got a follow sound. I'm getting follow sounds while I'm recording. It's funny, our Twitch channel started to catch on. I don't know if you guys heard that. I hope you did. But yeah, then we got a dirtier but slightly clean looking, I can't think now.
Weapons over here.
Sorry guys. Golf club. I mean, they're really subtle with the melee weapons. You're not going to notice a difference until we get later down the line. Then we've got the combat knife. We've got the machetes. Some of them are just basically like clean versions or not clean versions. That's really all it is.
Time to beat on some.
Alright, so now we've got the most noticeable one. This is the paddle bat. So the paddle bat actually gets a full-on new version. If we take a look, there's a paddle bat that actually is completely green, yellow, and black. And it has dates on the side. It looks from 1950 all the way to 2007. I'm assuming this is a reference to something, but I don't know what it would be. If we were to go back to our guns and we, like, let's say, picked up a sniper rifle, why don't we pick up a sniper rifle and just take a look? If we were to zoom in on this here real quick.
I don't know, some sort of bat here.
Fortunately, it doesn't really look that zoomed in from what I can see. But as far as I'm aware, it's just the dates. I don't see anything else that's on it, unless there's something that I'm missing here. Alright, then we've got the guitar. A little bit more of an old school, like, faded look of the guitar. It's much more cooler that way.
I'm gonna miss some zombies.
Got the shovel. We've got the pitchfork. Then the chainsaw, as far as I'm aware, is the exact same chainsaw. I don't think there's a variant of the chainsaw. But other than the chainsaw, we have the crowbar next. And the crowbar, we all know about the golden crowbar. That's the one thing that they didn't put in this map, unfortunately. Because I believe they're Easter egg specific only. I don't know if there's a model that he can't get. But now we've got a bloody crowbar. Instead of just a normal clear crowbar, we got one with stained blood, which I think is kind of cool. Then we move over to the grenade launcher.
Hey, I gotta take the grenade launcher.
Grenade launcher is either clean or dirty. It's pretty straightforward. I like this. Alright, and then we go over to... There's one with the M60s. Where would the M60s be? Aha! Yes, so we go over to the M60s. We got a clean M60. And then we've got another clean, but kind of dirty, mild. Like, actually, this is the dirty M60 because you can see the stain. So yeah, clean and dirty. So I'm holding dirty right now. So yeah, overall, these guns are actually not too terribly different depending on which ones you're looking at. Some, like I said, are more detailed than others. But the cool news is, though, is that they at least added it, and I'm glad that they just were, in general, able to go for that type of subtle look. And there's also things like even the gas cans. Like, there's some gas can differences. Like, there's now orange, green, and light green that says diesel. It's this one's the hard rain one. I know it's the hard rain one. So, yeah, there's gas can differences, too. And then this is the red and white propanes. So, yeah, essentially, that's pretty much it, guys. As far as I'm aware, that is all the weapons and also all the variants of the weapons in the whole entire game. Now, if I am missing something, which obviously I can't show off the golden crowbar, you guys would have to just check that out in a separate video, which I can actually provide a link down below in the description to my Golden Freeman video, because then you guys will see what I'm talking about with the golden crowbar. But I believe that because that's an Easter egg, that's the only one you cannot find. As far as I'm aware, I recognize all the original guns, so I know what I am not missing with that one. I'm pretty sure with the new guns, the devs told me that there's 5. I think that's across all of them. And I believe that, like I said, there's 1 melee weapon and, well, actually, technically 3 melee weapons and 5 guns. At least if you're talking about new ones. Because there's MP5, there's the Galil, the 2 sniper rifles. And then I looked everywhere in here. And I know there's different variants, sometimes like these versions of the pump that like are different from each other. But I don't think those ones count. And I know about the golden crowbar, and I know about these. Like, I don't know if there's, like, any secret hidden gun, as far as I'm aware. But, yeah, guys, that's basically it, like I was pretty much saying. If there's anything that I did miss, feel free to let me know, definitely in the comment section down below. I do hope you guys end up having a wonderful day, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, comment, subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated, and it'll let you guys be able to tell me you want to see more videos like this. We are actually stupidly close to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and the one thing I want to remind you guys, and a friendly reminder, is that when I end up getting 1,000 subscribers, I can be monetizing my YouTube channel again, which is the beginning stages of me being able to make this a career, which means that I can get paid by YouTube to entertain you guys. So if you guys want me to be able to post content you truly enjoy on a much regular basis because I'm economically stable through this, please make it a win-win for everybody and support me and I can support you. But yeah, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you guys all in the next one. Let me know if you want to see more Left 4 Dead, and I hope you guys all enjoyed another YouTube video from the most unique YouTuber you are ever going to see. Peace out, guys.